right, thank you, Alex. And I'm joined now by Remax agent Mark Sis here to talk about today's housing market. Mark, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
I've been hearing a lot about the inventory being low. Explain what that means.
So, really, with interest rates on the rise, we've got less of the want-to buyers out there, and we've got a lot of the need-to buyers that are still looking for homes. We've got several clients that we're working with currently that are just unable to find a home that meets their criteria.
So just not a lot of choices out there.
Not a lot of choice, that's right.
So if you are selling a home, what tips do you have for the home sellers?
So I would say certainly work with a realtor. To make yourself more competitive in today's market, certainly decluttering. If there's a window there, we like to see the blinds open, like to see natural light in. Any pets, any pet dander, certainly leave the home free of that.
What about closing costs?
Okay, so for a seller, really the closing costs are minimal. Majority of closing costs are associated with a buyer and the buyer's financing. So when we hear a lot about, paying closing costs, frankly, that's a buyer responsibility. Now, in certain situations, and what's commonly done is a buyer will request that the seller pay a portion of their closing costs. That's not mandatory, and certainly is dealt with on a case-by-case basis.
Are you more likely to sell a house if you do offer to pay the closing costs, or does it? You
sure are. It's offered in some cases as a buyer incentive. Another thing that I've seen lately is sellers offering to buy the buyer's rate down.
Yeah, I've heard about that too. What exactly does that mean?
So basically, if a buyer is able to pay a chunk of money up front, they are able to get a lower interest rate over the duration of their mortgage. This can be covered under a seller concession. So just like closing costs, they can buy the rate down.
So many options. Well, Mark, thanks for coming on the show. We look forward to having you next time. And that is Mark Sis with Remax. And up next, we'll learn more about Pelican State Credit Union's 4th annual Free Kids Bike Race. So stay with us.